What does it actually take to build a six-figure business? A once-in-a-lifetime idea? Millions and millions and millions of fans to sell your products to? Maybe a rich uncle to give you that startup loan? No, no, and double no. At least according to Kevin Kelly, who wrote an article on the subject back in 2008. And we're going to go over some of the implications of his ideas today. Because today, we're going to be talking about why having 1,000 true fans is really probably the only thing you need to be a six-figure entrepreneur. We're going to be discussing what a true fan is and is not, as well as going over various ways that you, as a solo entrepreneur, could turn 1,000 true fans into that six-figure-a-year business, if not even more than that. Hey everyone, Daniel here, and welcome to Next Level Life, a channel where you can learn all about investing, debt, retirement, and many other financial topics besides, because let's face it, the schools aren't going to teach it for us. So if any of those topics sound interesting to you, or if you want to learn how to better handle your money and have more financial freedom, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell next to my name to be notified every time I upload a new video. And if you want to further support the growth of this channel, you can check out some of the links I've left down in the description below, which includes a 30-day free trial of Audible and 2 free audiobooks of your choice, as well as a list of some books on money I'd recommend checking out with your free trial. Or you can share this video with a friend and leave a comment below letting me know what topics you'd like me to cover in future videos. So I recently read The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco, and one of the major ideas from the book was one that many of us in the financial and entrepreneurial communities have heard at one point or another in our lives, and it's to stop trading our time for money. Why? Because our time is limited, as I've covered in previous videos, and our ability to trade our time for money is even more limited than that. And that's not even to mention the fact that we rarely hold all that much control over what kind of pay raises, or heck, even pay rates, we get at our jobs. We aren't able to work 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. It's just not physically possible. If for no other reason than at some point we're going to need to sleep and eat. But by taking advantage of technological advancements and setting up systems to work for us, we can earn money 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This brings me to Kevin Kelly's article, which I consider a must-read for any aspiring entrepreneur. Because when you get right down to it, the one thing that you really need in order to make it as an entrepreneur, whether you're a content creator like me or you're selling products or services, is 1,000 true fans. But that begs the question, what exactly makes a fan a true fan? To quote Kelly's article, which I've linked in the description below if you want to read the full thing for yourself, a true fan is defined as a fan that will buy anything you produce. These die-hard fans will drive 200 miles to see you sing, they will buy the hardback and paperback and Audible versions of your book, they will purchase your next figurines sight unseen, they will pay for the best of DVD version of your free YouTube channel, they will come to your chef's table once a month. If you have roughly 1,000 true fans like this, also sometimes known as superfans, you can make a living. So whether you're a content creator, photographer, teacher, musician, craftsman, entrepreneur, or something else entirely, you need 1,000 true, raving fans to make it. 1,000 people who basically say, quit talking and take my money whenever you go and try and sell something, either because you've managed to gain their trust through over-delivering on value in the past, or because the fan just truly supports your message and wants to do whatever they can to help you continue to spread it. Whatever the case may be, 1,000 true fans is usually a good goal to shoot for. Now you may say 1,000 true fans seems like a pretty big number, but when you look at it closely, it isn't as difficult to achieve as you might think at first. And this is especially true nowadays with modern technology and near universal access to the internet. Look at it like this. There are over 7.5 billion people on Earth. And you would be hard-pressed to find any interest, desire, or hobby that doesn't have a following somewhere on the internet. Now crunch the numbers, and you'll begin to realize just how possible, or more accurately, downright probable, it is that you'll be able to find an interest that you have and can share with others that will pique the interest of at least 1 in 7.5 million people, which is of course the ratio you'd need to gain 1,000 true fans. The real trick then becomes finding a way to connect with that one person out of a crowd of 7.5 million, and figuring out how to set up a system that will allow you to start generating an income off of your passions. As far as connecting with the fans goes, it's usually just a simple matter of finding out where those fans talk about the topic you're looking at sharing. Which of course ideally is a topic you're passionate about yourself, so you're already likely to know where some of those places are. and then find a way to bring some value to the conversation, whether in the form of education, comedy, entertainment, or even just an opinion. As far as the system for making money on the passion goes, there are countless options, mostly only limited by one's own imagination. And once you do figure out which system or systems will work best for you, the results can be astounding. Here are a few examples. A lot of vloggers sell merchandise like t-shirts on their websites or videos. If a creator with 1,000 true fans released a new $20 shirt that cost them $10 to make every month, they would generate about $120,000 in profits for the year, and almost $250,000 in sales. Educators can do a very similar thing through selling online courses. Say a math teacher takes a full year to design a course and create a really in-depth, helpful course that walks you through everything from basic mathematics to algebra and even calculus, and then sells it for $100 a pop. He would generate a six-figure income thanks to his true fans. But maybe that teacher wasn't comfortable being on camera. Say instead of a video course, he wrote books on various subjects like math, history, and science. On average, say he writes 4 books every single year and sells them for $25 each. Assuming he had managed to gather 1,000 true superfans, they would buy each book he published, meaning each of those fans would be effectively paying him that same $100 a year, or $8.33 a month, to support him. The teacher would still be taking in about $100,000 per year thanks to those true fans' support. And if we're being realistic, not every single fan of yours is going to be what Kelly would call a true fan, which means that most of the time in order to build up 1,000 true fans, you generally need to have more than 1,000 followers in total. The more casual fans may not buy everything you try to sell, but they may buy one of your items once in a while, which just adds to that overall revenue. For example, say our friend the teacher had 25,000 followers, which includes his 1,000 true fans from that previous example. That would mean that of the 25,000 followers, 24,000 of them were regular fans. In the previous example, his true fans bought all 4 of his books for $25 each, and thus he raked in $100,000. His regular fans may not buy all of his books, but they may buy 1 or 2 of them. Let's say, just for the sake of argument, that he manages to convince 1 out of every 50 of his regular fans to buy 1 of his books. That means that for each of the 4 books, he would have convinced roughly 480 people who are not considered true fans to buy the book. 480 times $25 a book times 4 books throughout the year is $48,000 a year from his regular fans, which increases his total income from $100,000 through the support of those true fans to $148,000 in total through the support of all of his followers. But let's step away from sales for a minute, because you may not actually have to sell anything at all. Maybe you just don't feel right about selling products to your fans, even though you know that they would gladly buy it from you. There are some people who do feel that way, and that's fine. You still have options. For example, many creators have turned to various crowdfunding platforms to make their living. Patreon is one example that's popular among YouTube creators. Through donations from their true fans, the creators are able to fund their video producing career as well as give their patrons access to exclusive content or services. The rewards vary from creator to creator, and some have nothing more than a special shout out at the end of the videos, of course, but remember, with 1,000 true fans, it only takes $100 a year, or $8.33 a month from each fan to make a 6-figure income. And for most people, a 6-figure income would be enough to live on. However, some people don't even need quite that much. Take those in the Lean Fire community, for example. They generally lead a lifestyle wherein their goal is to spend no more than $40,000 a year, and some spend significantly less than that. If that's the case, then they may not even need the full 1,000 true fans to support that lifestyle. If you created an online course and sold it for $100 a pop like our hypothetical teacher did, then you would only need the support of 400 true fans to lead that lifestyle, if you were releasing 1 course per year. Or perhaps instead of having the $100 course that you need to then try and convince people to buy, you instead go the Patreon route, and have your true fans donate on average, say, $5 a month to the cause. $5 a month times 1,000 true fans is $5,000 a month, or $60,000 a year, which is more than enough to cover the lifestyle of someone on that Lean Fire path who lives on $40,000 or less. Of course, this does go the other way as well. Say if your entrepreneurial ventures lead you to having a team around you that all needs to make a living themselves as well, then you'll either need to have more true fans, larger profit margins that your true fans are willing to continue supporting, or having more regular fans to boost your income up to a level that will support not only you, but your team as well. And there's nothing saying that you can't combine a few of these revenue stream ideas. In fact, it's highly recommended. Because not only does this diversification of revenue streams protect you as an entrepreneur in case one of your streams has a down month, but it also allows you to provide even more value in different ways to your audience, and possibly gain some new true fans in the process. That's one of the nice things about being an entrepreneur. Your revenues may start out lower than the typical 9-to-5 job would pay, but unlike a typical 9-to-5 job, you can grow that salary exponentially over time, because you're no longer trading your time for money. But that'll do it for me today. Once again, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell next to my name so you'll be notified of all my future uploads. I generally upload every single Monday, and if you have a friend that would be interested in this kind of content, be sure to share it with them. Let's really get this information out there and start our own financial revolution.